I haven't been very well lately, and so things have been on hold a little bit. I've had to minimise my work and kind of put hobbies to the wayside to a certain extent. Obviously, board gaming and things lends itself quite well to low energy sometimes if it's not too much of a heavy game. But one thing it does do, being sort of put on the sideline for a bit, is focuses your mind on what you want to do, because when you can't do it, that's when it really sort of pops up into your mind. Oh, you really want to do this thing. One of the things I've always wanted to do was to visit the Monroeville Mall. Dawn of the Dead being my favourite film of all time, for literally decades now. My bucket list, top number one bucket list item, has been to visit the mall that Dawn of the Dead is set in. You can imagine my despair when I went online the other day, thinking, right, I need to sort this out. I'm not very well. It makes you think, oh, have I got the opportunity to go anytime soon? And should I start looking at it? And it's going to close in 2027. And the news of this sort of made me feel more sad than I thought it was going to. Not only has Dawn of the Dead been my favourite horror film, but over the years it's become my comfort film. I'm sure other people have this. It's a film that you watch when you're ill, or in my case, that. And also, I've watched it every year on my birthday since, I don't know, go back the last 10 years maybe, as a kind of tradition. And so it's a source of comfort almost, the film. There's something about the film um, that resonates with me. It's something about, there's the fluorescent lighting of them all, the empty walkways, the music, um, the illusion of safety during a societal collapse. And I think one of the main things I like is the notion that there's isolation despite abundance, and that resonates with today's society even more than it did back then. Maybe, I don't know. I was alive when it was made. Just um, so in the ultimate irony, the film about capitalism, the mall, the setting is going to close the due to the businesses not being viable anymore because of online. A lot of it's online shopping, and our chat habits have changed, and it's a shame. But is it inevitable, or should things like this be saved? Um, Now, the mall, to me, is every bit as iconic as Dracula's castle. It's a iconic horror setting, and George Romero turned like an everyday setting that everyone knew and everyone was comfortable with and felt safe in, including the characters at the not start of the film, but when they arrive at the mall, it has the illusion of safety, and turn that into a warning that you shouldn't be too safe in these cocoons that we surround ourselves in, because it inevitably goes wrong at some point, and that is a lesson worth learning. I guess the point I'm trying to make is everyone has a place that they assume will always be there, whether it's your family home or a place that you go to feel good and safe, like a lake or a park, or maybe a shopping centre if you're into shopping. Could be a church or anything. Um, and we never know when that's going to go away. And I guess what I'm asking is, when does a place like that become savable? When is it valid to save a location? How popular does it have to be to preserve it? Um, to me, tearing down the Monroeville Mall is like tearing down a lot of memories that I have, and a notion that that place is there. And when I watch the film, is something about knowing the place is actually there that elevates it a bit. And during the filming, it was filmed at night, and the characters at one point go round and get loads of luxuries and to have a shopping spree, and it's like the giddiness of capitalism. And all of that stuff has got price tags and stickers, and they put it through the cash register, and it that to me is brilliant because it's living history. You can look back at that film and this is 1977, I guess, when it was filmed. It came out in 78. So in 77, this is what a shopping mall looked like. This is an actual shopping mall, as well as the film going on there and all of that. So it's the ultimate sort of coming together of all of these themes, and it's so such a it's a like for me it's a perfect film. It's some people see it as hokey and old and a bit hammy at times, especially a couple of bits of acting that are hilarious. But overall, that film's themes have been rock solid, and the warning that it had has come to pass, I would argue. So what I'm trying to say is, what am I trying to say? For some people, including me, Monroeville Mall is more than just a place. It's a possibility of visiting an iconic horror landmark that resonates deeply with today's biggest social problem, and that's the transition we make from the physical to the online. And I think that as a symbol of that location would be worthy of protecting. What do you think? Um, we shall see. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rambling. I just had to pop on and talk about that because it's been a sort of plan on my mind a bit for the last couple of days. So, yeah, see you next time.